We loved comic books, my brothers and I, and one time around the dining room table, we were drawing Bugs Bunny, and mine was the best. And I said, I'm an artist. That made me different than my brothers.
Everyone has a story, and some of those stories were meant to be shared with the world, even when the story holds much pain. Kathy Curtis Cahill shares her dark childhood memories through her photographic artistic work. Kathy hopes she can connect with others with similarities in their own life story. We caught up with Kathy at her studio.
I was doing a project where I was shooting Melrose Avenue at night. And I kept passing a store called Necromancer, and they had these older style dolls from when I was a child, naked, unclothed and hanging in rude positions in the window. And so I started buying them because I felt like I was rescuing them because they look like children to me. And I looked at a couple of them one day and I said, it reminds me of my older brother and I. The first series I started based on my childhood was traumatic events that happened. And I was taking a class in fine art photography. I wanted to say something important, not just keep taking pictures that didn't have any personal story behind them, but were just sort of reflections of what was around me. And that's kind of where the dolls and my family photo albums going through pictures, and it just sort of fell together, and my professor thought that was a really good idea, very personal. So they wear infant clothes, and infant clothes often look like, of course, onesies. So there's a lot of cutting and taping and gluing and pinning that go on. So I look for ones that have some of the character, the expression that I want, and then I try to color coordinate the outfit to the story, and then the environment is probably the last thing I pick. And then I have to try to make them stand up or hold things, ride a bike. So there's a certain amount of things I have to take out in post-production: rubber bands, sticks, hot glue.
Kathy's creative process involves the purchase of rare dolls whose faces carry expression, the talents learned from her 30-year career in film and television as a set director, the use of her photography skills, and the complexity of the editing process on the computer.
So when I get through shooting, like we did today, I put them in the computer and I convert them to digital negatives, and then I check the focus. So then I pick several and I do an edit in Photoshop, and I use what they call a heel brush, and I take out all the little rubber bands and any parts of the sticks or things that I'm using to prop up the dolls. And once that's gone, I put it in through a filter that kind of it brightens it as well as removes it one level from reality, which is kind of how I get what they call that painterly look.
Through Kathy's Memories and Demons series, she wishes to show how we can overcome things of the past that may haunt us in our adult lives. If we can face them, we can move on with positive living.
This one is called Small Comfort. This is based on a story about my older brother and myself when we were boarded out in a nursery when my parents were divorced, and he would sing to me and comfort me. So it's called Small Comfort, and this was the very first idea I had, based on a couple of dolls I bought. This is called Sleep Tight. We don't know if she's just afraid of the dark or if she's being molested in the dark. This is called Be Good. It's a case of a child being overly punished and told to be good when they're too young to even understand the concept of good or bad. All they know is that the person that they love and depend on most has hurt them.
Although Kathy's early years were tough, her life as an adult has far surpassed her expectations of her hopes for a happy life. Kathy lives day to day in a world of love with her family and hopes to continue on her creative journey helping others.
I don't particularly want to be known as the crazy doll lady. I actually don't see them as dolls. I see them as, I call them the Cahill kids, because that's what they are to me. their kids. So I guess that as long as I have some stories to tell, I will continue to be shooting. I will just have to find another theme. In any event, I don't think I'm quite through yet.